Here we go. The 1913 Sun with a Beardmore Precision engine. Nearly there. Jim's just on the final throws. Got everything all up to speed. Front brake all operational. The old stirrup job, which works quite well. And Dave JBS has made a wonderful job of the tank. That must be the best paint job in the world, that one. Got the rear chain to put on, and hey gusto, almost ready for the big fire up. So the next time you come, Jim will be giving you a demo on it, how it goes. These are the little toolboxes that got to go on there. I'm waiting for some nickel plated bolts to mount them on. Mark Baker, again, superb job. Those are the originals. So Mark's made me up a couple of new ones. The drop in there quite handy, so really set the job off. And as we spoke about the seat before, can't really get our head around it. That's the original seat. On the side here, you've got Lyset Birmingham. And yet on the back, you've got a French name for some reason here that's riveted to it. So we can't really get our head around that. And that's never been off for 100 years, so it's all genuine. We went through the clutch before. This lever pushes the pulley in, which grabs the sides of the belt, so you get some drive then, so that's really in neutral when you have the pulley out, so the belt just flies around and then you take it up. So coming on, almost there. Then we move on to the another old one, 1898 Quadrant. Almost finished here again. Just waiting on the inlet manifold here. I've made it up, sent it off to key plating, so I could start it up this morning, but we need to wait for key plating. These controls are quite interesting. That's your advance and retard. The next one is your mixture control. The next one's your throttle. And the next one is your decompressor. So you've got ignition, decompression, mixture control, and throttle control. So you've got to do a bit of heavy thinking, heavy juggling when you're riding it. This is the electrics in here, a little toolbox in the back, and we've been through the shaft drive and the needle roller, the roller gear before, so all set to roll. Again, same as the Sun, you've got the stirrup front brake, which again works quite nicely. So quite looking forward to getting it fired up, and lovely addition to the museum. That's the old original registration number, which is quite nice. Very rare, 1898, but that was probably registered probably about 1910 or something like that. Then we move on to the next project. I didn't think I would ever be restoring one of these, but they're becoming very, very sought after. Yamaha FS1E. So we've had this in store for some time, so we decided to restore it because they're very much sought after. That's it. The FS1E, quite unique. This is an early one, an SS, which has got the hub brakes. The later ones are not so collectible, but with disc brakes. But so where have I got to it to date? We've had the frame all apart. We've had it powder coated, which has come on well. We're into the engine. This is the engine here. Quite again lucky. The bottom end's in quite excellent shape. So, and the bore is, I've just homed out the bore. You can see how good that is. No mark, perfect. There you go, that's the barrel. We've had the head aqua blasted off. Nice little combustion chamber there. Flat top piston, not the deflector type piston. So that'll go together there. Just Couple of little rings there, head on there. These are the cases which we've had they're originally painted, as you can see, so all in very good condition. That'll drop on there. And hey gusto, lovely job. We've had some zinc stuff done here, zinc plated, that's the sprocket and so forth. The hubs, as you see on the originals here, they were polished. So we'll take those out to the workshop and we'll polish all that up so that we've got a nice finished front hub. We've replaced the bearings in that, so that'll clean up very well. Brakes. Brake shoes are quite good. That's the little sprocket carrier. That cleans up quite well, so that pops on there like that, and off you go. Drop the yokes in, waiting on the stanchions coming back, and on your next visit we'll be really putting it together. So nice project. So then probably one of the most rarest things we've had is out here. Come and join us. Latest acquisition for the museum, couldn't resist it. Byvan, 1951. The Turner Manufacturing Company produced vans, and they also produced this van bike, as they called it. So quite unique, quite interesting. What the principle was, it was a delivery motorcycle, a bit like what you get at Kentucky Fried Chicken and McDonald's, where the bloke got a box on the back, but they decided to make complete motorcycles. So in here you had all your boxes. So this is where you did all the deliveries, so you could have all your tack and gear in here. They said it would carry half a hundredweight of gear, so we can keep going forever, all the boxes coming out. So that's the battery coil ignition, and quite interesting. It's all in remarkably good condition. I don't think it's ever done much mileage. So there you go, delivery man motorcycle. It's got its Turner engine, although the first models of the Enfield Flying Flea engine in them, so then they decided they would do their own engine. 148cc, 2-speed gearbox here, which is quite unique. Jim will just give you a demo on it in a moment. Petrol tank up here. This is the exhaust system running down here. Girder forks. Made in Wolverhampton, Birmingham. They were a big manufacturing company. They made tractors, they made diesel engines, they made Second World War, they made landing gear for aircraft, winch gear for aircraft too, when they used to winch the planes off. So there you go, lovely brake pedal at the back there. These stands are quite unique, where they push down like that. So that's one stand and the other. A bit like the Wooler. The Wooler's got a 2-system stand, so instead of dragging the thing up, you just leaned it over, pushed one down, other side pushed it down, and you've got a very stable stand. We'll have a little, we'll drop the head off in a moment, let you have a look inside. I don't think it's done a lot of mileage. The speedo says something like 200 miles, which is quite possible because remarkably good condition. And this is the bodywork here, where you can see. And this is quite interesting here, where you've got your metal registration badge here. A light delivery vehicle, Wolverhampton, England. Patent numbers, for spares, quote this number here, 30 40 51. So if you needed any spares, you quoted that number and you got what you wanted. So quite interesting, quite a nice bike to ride. Jim will give you a demo on it. So off you go with your delivery wagon, and quite unique. I think it'll look good in the museum because there ain't many around. I think there's only about 2 known in the world, but the rest never made it. Well, what do you think of it, Jim, then?
Okay, well, it's interesting.
Yeah, unique, one-off.
Thankfully, it's got coil ignition, so it makes it
starts quite
user-friendly.
There you go.
Okay, gear levers here. First gear. Away we go. Okay.
We'll drop the head off it. Interesting to see how many miles it's done. You can tell by the carbon, and I'm sure it will have a deflector type piston because that was quite prominent in the 50s. So here we go, we'll drop it off. Can you imagine the expense of making this? The manufacturer is making all the castings, all the patterns, all the drawings, complete engine, and designing it, and all the press tools for making that, and it really turned out a total failure. So really not a good project. But again, you look at it today, that with the delivery men, Kentucky Fried Chicken, McDonald's, they have a big box on the back to put the bits on, all the pizza deliveries and so forth. So if the modern bikes had a container inside like this, it would make a lot more sense to put the gear in, keep it warmer, keep it drier. Here we go. You can see quite a bit of cooling. Rough old casting here. You see the width of the fins, pretty. Here you go. How about look inside here? Oh, it's got a flat top piston. Very little mileage, look. And very little carbon in there. And the bore, look at the bore, Jim, it's like perfect, you know?
Yeah,
so,
it feels okay.
So I think really inside here that the rest of the engine will be like brand new, because as the mileage shows, it's only about 200 miles, so that backs up the mileage on the speedometer, that there's no carbon build-up. Nice.
Well, runs very sweetly anyway, doesn't it?
Yeah, and a lovely flat, slightly dome piston. So it sounds a very good engine, and it's so smooth and it ticks over. Well balanced engine. So what a project that didn't succeed. So there we go. We're going to do a total restoration on it. You can come back and see us. We've already got on the case for transfers, because in the sales brochure you can see Byvan, so there's a Byvan sticker there, so we'll get that. There's a remains of a sticker here. We're having those redone too. That's the remains of the Byvan sticker, Wolverhampton. So there we go. This is the rear brake, which is cable operated, which is quite a nice job there. And something that Jim didn't notice, I thought these footrests were bent, but when actually, in fact, you look at the castings, they're designed to be slightly delta winged. So that means that when you hit something, there isn't so much force when they're at 90 degrees. So there we go. Another lovely project. That's amazing, isn't it? They're brand new. Have a look. Another one. Just have a look at the cylinder head now. Jim's just cleaned it off, no build up.
Copper sealing ring there to seal.
Yeah.
It looks like it could do with a slightly longer spark plug.
Yes, yes.
This is
That's a short reach. Should have a long reach.
Maybe investigate that, but
Yeah.
very good condition.
That's the way we like to get them, not rolling wrecks. So it'll save a lot of restoration work. Right, another day in paradise. Another project to do. Cheers.